What's going on, Tough fans? It's Chris from COYB TV, and here's another transfer corner. It's about the big man up front. It's about Big Rom. What's going on, Tough fans? It's Chris from COYB TV, and this is going to be a different type of transfer corner. I know I haven't really kept up with those, but pretty much it's just going to be about the situation with Romelu Lukaku. It came out today, earlier actually, that he does not intend to sign a new deal with us. Apparently, there was a disagreement with release clauses or whatever, the release fee, and so it seems like it's kind of back in that situation that we had with him over the summer before Ronald Koeman came back, um, while he was at the Euros and stuff. Or sorry, before Ronald Koeman came in, while he was at the Euros and stuff, and I mean, it's not okay. Maybe it's not the same situation. He's not really out there giving too many issues. He's more so doing his thing right now. But it's come out and he said that he's not um, willing to sign the new contract with us, even though it seemed like it was going to happen. It seemed pretty serious. It seemed, even the manager, he said himself. That it seemed good. It seemed like it was, we were in a good situation to seal him. Then he did say after the West Brom game that maybe he has to sign the contract himself. So when he had mentioned that, that's when things kind of started seeming like, okay, there must be something going on that's preventing the contract and all that from being sealed, from being signed to being done. But early in the week, it did seem like we were in a good situation. We were, going to get him sealed down. That he was going to stay with us for, what was it, like a 5-year deal. I think it was 100. I don't know, some pretty intense amount of fees that he was going to be receiving. But now it's come out that he doesn't intend to sign. Sorry, to sign, because he wants Champions League football and all that, and we've known that. A few weeks back, he was watching the Champions League game and he had tweeted something, and then there was all this talk about that, and so now it's come to find out that there was a release fee disagreement, and there was talk about that earlier anyway. But, I mean, there was all these stories saying that the contract was signed, it was done, and he was going to be here for a while. And then there was talk like, okay, it's not done yet and all that. And then there's been rumors about there was like a gentleman's agreement about his release and all that. So there's all this talk about it today. Okay, he's not going to be signing. He wants Champions League football. And my view with it is, if we want to go anywhere, we need to get his signature. We need to get that done. We need to try to convince him to stay with us, because if he doesn't, he has 2 more years. So okay, so all right, let's think about it this way. He has 2 more years. And if he continues on the path that he is now, he can propel us into Champions League football. But we don't want to wait until the last minute to get his signature, because then other interests might come, a pre-contract might be signed. There's all these other methods of signing a player while he's still in contract. But that could be very dangerous for us. So, if we want to go anywhere, we want to progress, we need to get his signature, but as well, we need to find another forward, another striker that can assist him, maybe give him a break at times. But he's always hungry, so he's always going to be our main forward if he signs or not. So if we need to get his signature, we need to figure out what he wants, what his situation is. We need to get his signature. We need to get him signed. And like I said, we do as well need to find other forwards, other strikers to assist him and assist us. You know, okay, maybe they don't have to be world class, but they need to be on the same page as the big man here. Um, Worst case scenario, if we don't get his signature, that we can't wait around to find somebody who can help us. Regardless, another striker is a must, especially in the summer. It's a must. It's unfortunate it didn't happen in January. It's unfortunate it didn't happen over the summer during the summer transfer window. It's unfortunate. We lost Manolo Gabbiadini. He seems to be doing a lot for Southampton right now. We lost our opportunity to get Michy Batshuayi. I mean, he would have been somebody I would. He's playing a role at Chelsea right now, Michy Batshuayi. He hasn't done too much. He's been on the bench a lot. So his situation would have probably been very similar to our situation. Or his situation at Chelsea would have been very similar to the situation he would have probably had with us, but maybe a bit more action. Uh, so we're just in this spot now where our main striker once again is talking about not re-signing for us. We haven't found any backup, and so it kind of feels like a it kind of feels like back to the drawing board type of situation that we're in. And the waiting game is done. We need to get somebody else in to help him, to help us, and we need to get him signed and sealed. We need to figure out his situation. Now, it would be a very, very big hit for us if he doesn't stay. If we don't re-sign him, if he decides to leave and we just let him go, that'd be a very big hit for us. But at the same token, it will be okay. We'll probably get maybe 70 with his form. We may be able to get close to maybe 70, 80 mil for him. That's how much we want, around how much we wanted for him in the first place. We were like dropping it to 60 and all that. Maybe 70, 80 mil for him. And with that money, we can get somebody to bring in. But the only thing is, think about Liverpool's situation after Luis Suarez left. Until now, they weren't able to find a direct replacement. They brought in Christian Benteke. What's the guy's name from? He played for Burnley. I can't remember his name. They brought him in as well. They brought all these strikers in. Daniel Sturridge, he still isn't really able to do anything. They brought all these forwards in, and they just didn't work out. And so I feel like the situation would be very similar if we let Lukaku go. It'd be a very similar situation, and that would really, really suck. So we can't sit back and let us get into that type of situation. We have to move fast. We have to bring in another forward or two. It would probably be better if we brought in two names that we know will definitely do work for us. If they have to be Premier League players, bring them in. And then on the other hand, we also have to try to figure out our situation with Ross Barkley. That whole thing seems to be, the whole thing around him seems to be picking up pace as well. Tottenham have listed him as their number one priority. So if we lose him and Rom, that's it. in Schitt's Creek at that point. So we can't let ourselves, we can't just let time pass us by. We have to take action. We have to, after this story was released today, I hope that right after that we started talking to him again, trying to figure out his situation, get pen to paper, and then we have to make action with Ross Barkley's situation as well. Um, and I hope behind the scenes, Steve Walsh and all that is finding other players, especially after hearing this, finding other players to bring in to support Rom. Worst case scenario, replace him. We have to, like, there has to be a lot of moving parts in the background now, because it's like it's a really shitty situation, unfortunately. Um, I mean, there's all these other, other things we have to do with the team, other players to bring in, other, players to support other players. But now we have to take action. Now we have to start working with Rom, make sure that he's happy. He said he's happy. He's scoring plenty of goals. Harry Kane is possibly out for the rest of the season. He's tied with Harry Kane on goals, Rom. So if he wins the Golden Boot, that's big. That's a big confidence boost for himself. Big help for us. So you know, clearly he's happy with where he is now. But it seems like he's just very unhappy with the situation with the contract. We like I said, we all know that he wants Champions League football. He knows he wants Champions League football. He's helping us get to Europe to begin with. So maybe, I mean, like I said, we can't wait till the end of the season, but maybe once we seal seventh or above and we get Europa League, and he gets I mean, he had a taste of that. He gets more into that. Maybe it'll be a little different, but like I said, we just can't wait for that to happen. We have to get his signature written down. We have to just get that done, buried, stored in the desk, whatever. Get that sealed. We have to seal him. That's a must. And like I said, worst case scenario, we have to go and find somebody to replace him. But we should. I wouldn't want that. I'd want Rom to stay with us. He's grown as a player. He's helped us grow. He's helped. Excuse me. He's helped us reach heights that Roberto Martinez. Yeah, he helped us reach in his first season, but we're much better than Roberto Martinez's team. So we just have to get this done. It's it it's a pretty heartbreaking situation, a pretty sad situation, but we need to get him sealed. We need to get this thing done. We need to get Rom, you know, to feel like this is the place that he wants to be. We need to get that straightened away. I mean, we have a lot of issues. We have things we need to get done. We need to fix. But first priority now for us is to get Rom, to get Ross Barkley just squared away, set into the team. You know, make him see what we're seeing. Make him. I mean, Ross. We have we have a very good chance of keeping him. He is a boyhood Everton fan. He's grown through the ranks. So I'm sure maybe part of him wants to stay with us. Help us progress. And I'd hope that he would be a one club man like Leon Osman, Tony Hibbert. So that'd be really nice. So but Rom on the other hand, he's already come from abroad, and I mean his dream team is to play for Chelsea. He's got a great relationship with Didier Drogba, so part of him wants to go and play with them, go and experience Champions League football, win all the medals. He wants to do all these things. So I understand that. But for now, he needs to be our player. He needs to be our player, help us get to the heights, help us grow as a team. And then once we get comfortable and we have other options, where maybe we don't so much need to rely on Rom to help us in dirty situations. We have another forward who we know, who we can trust to score 20 plus goals, whatever. Then we have to make the hard decision. Maybe we'll say, listen, Rom, you have served the club well. You have got us to heights that we only aspired to be. We've dreamt, at this point maybe we've already had another taste in the Champions League football game, whatever. And then maybe we'll let him go, make a good maybe 100 mil off of sales off of him and whatever. So yeah, boys, it's a pretty tough situation. It's pretty sad. It's I would say very scary type of thing. Something that all us as fans would want to keep in touch with, would want to monitor. We have Hull over the weekend, and hopefully, once again we'll get a very impressive performance out of him, out of the rest of the team. Maybe he'll put all this contract stuff aside just for the weekend, get us another 3 points, get us at that point maybe leap into sixth, whatever their situation is, and have another good weekend. And then after the game, then he'll go and worry about contract situations. But until then, us as fans need to just kind of sit back and wait, and really trust into the back rooms, and not the backroom staff, but the manager, whatever. Have them, during let Rom train, but as well talk amongst themselves and really try to figure out Rom. Sit down with him, try to figure him out, and hopefully, like I said, let's get this thing done. And then we also need to talk to Ross, because Ross has been a wonderful servant for us. He's grown as a player a lot this season. He's really, really, tapped into his his potential. It, started really showing that he wants to play for the team and help us strive and propel to heights. So he deserves another contract too, and we need to get that done as well. That's key. So yeah. So remember, Toffee fans, go check out Love Everton forum. Go. They have, like I said, they have plenty of stuff. I've actually looked at some more of the stuff they have. They have player listings. They have manager, like all the managers from once we became, from our very first day as a football club. They have plenty of historical stuff, as well as like stuff from Toffee TV, and they have my things up there. They're just a website loaded, absolutely loaded with data, with information. So go check that out, as well as like, comment, favorite, subscribe. I try my best to grow as a channel, doing all that. So yeah, and let's just hope for the best for Rom, the contract situation with him, and let's hope that we get a contract out to Ross, and everybody else that deserves a contract. But right now, it's Rom. He's in the spotlight once again, unfortunately, in a negative view. Negative for us. And so yeah. So I'll hit you guys up on the next video. Also hit me up on Twitter, CYBTV1878. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.